myself, my name is Mel Smith. I work as a product development technician in a pharmaceutical company just outside of Lauren here. And becoming a Christian, I was brought up in a Christian home. I was brought along to many various denominations and churches. For many years I would have acted as a Christian. I would have done all the things. I would have attended church, read Bible, quoted scriptures, but had a head knowledge of God but not a heart knowledge. And it was quite, I suppose, in mid-30s before I realised that I was playing a Christian. And it was first it was a sermon, I can't remember who it was by, what he said. The first was about Paul, Christ meeting him on the road to Damascus and saying, "Why are you kicking against the pricks?" And that's exactly what I was doing. I was playing, but God was prompting me in areas and that sort of thing, and I kept resisting. At that stage, I just gave in. I surrendered at that stage to God, and now it's a case of I love God because I want to love Him. He loves me. It's not because it's something I should do. It's not a will. It's a happy thing for me to do. I do enjoy the Christian life. It's tough times. Times it's here, but wouldn't have it any other way.
Myself, I'm June Smyth, and I work part-time as a nurse. But my various roles, I'm a mother and a wife, but yes, we're part-time as a nurse down at just now in the Memorial Medical Treatment Room, and I enjoy that. That's very handy. Again, I was brought up in a Christian home, about the third or fourth generation of Christians. So yeah, for a long time, I felt a Christian as a child, and that there, and even growing up and in the teens and all the rest of it, I felt the Christian life was very, very difficult because I had all these, I seen spiritual giants around me, and like my grandfather and uncles and all the rest of it. So in my mind, I was never reaching the mark, whatever that mark was. But as I say, so it was like this striving within me of like doing and all about my performance. And again, it was all that I'm going to get emotional, all about the head knowledge. And it was only, and that was for years. So yes, you did. You were like, I prayed and prayed and prayed about absolutely everything and that there, and knew about God, and as I say, had the head knowledge. But I just thought that Christian life was really, really difficult, and I wasn't enjoying life and this abundant life. And I used to sing the songs in church and all the rest of it. I think there's much, much more than this. But I just, and I never really heard preaching on the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit empowering you and enabling you and the comfort of the Holy Spirit and that there. So it was like, as I say, always me striving harder. So it was then through a really difficult time in my life, which was actually in my early 40s, and that I would say going through a really difficult, that the penny dropped, or the enlightenment came from the head knowledge to the heart knowledge, and all about a relationship with God, and God became really real to me, and that wonderful relationship, and like a revelation of His love, and that there that you just, yes, that's contagious, that you want to share with others. But as I say, that was through a real difficult time. But God became real, rather than like a Heavenly Father that was up there and was judging me the whole time, but a loving Father who wants the best in life and has the best in life for me. I suppose for myself, with nursing and that there, I've had a bit of structure, and even the whole family, and that there, we've all been working, so there has been a bit of routine in the midst of this, so that has helped me. And again, just the reality of God in your life, 3 times at this because, well, the unknown, but it's not unknown to him. And I can rest as a child of God. I can rest in that he has it all under control. What I've struggled with, and then I would just be praying to God that because people are very anxious and it's losing jobs and all the rest of it, like it is a very difficult time for many people, and not to be insensitive to that. But as I say, to just pray that God would show you, and that day as you're walking with Him day by day, just people that have difficulties or something, that you'll be able to bring the peace and the love of God into situations. As I say, like, be an atmosphere changer, and what does that look like for me on a day-to-day basis, and not to overcomplicate that, but just be open to God. What I've struggled with is technology. I'm simmed out and that type of thing. Yeah, that meeting up and really having fellowship with even, like a church with smaller groups and up there just to, and I think even in prayer, to come together, even 2 or 3 coming together really in prayer and calling upon God. And in such a time as this, I've missed that and struggled with that.
For myself, again, as June said, we've all been working, we've all had structure, we know what time we get up at, what time we dinner at, what time we walk the dog at. We haven't really, I suppose, suffered as many others have with with illnesses and that. They were kept well that way as well. And the extended families, we haven't really suffered that way. Well, suffered in any way. So as far as missing it at work now, work is down to about 1/3 of the people there, whereas walking down the corridor you'll bump into numerous people and talk or chat or acknowledge them, whereas we were maybe in a room all day and seeing nobody. Even when we talked about Emmerdale last night, at least it broke the boredom and the monotony. So yeah, I missed that there. Missed the church big time. You miss just being there with other people and that. There even people that annoy you, still miss them. But yes, you do miss that big time. For me, it's communication. Obviously, we went through teenage years and all that there an awful long time ago. We don't face the problems that young ones face nowadays. But for me, it's the communication.
He's a lot older.
It's talking and communicating. Young ones, I suppose, face so many issues: peer pressure, school work, outside of school, and it's very important that you find someone you can trust, whether it be a family member, whether it be a friend, someone that you can talk to, and there's nothing that you will face that you can't get over. There's people at the minute struggling big time in various areas, but it can all be talked out. So talk with a friend, talk with a family member, somebody you can trust, but also listen to the advice, listen to what they're going to say. That's in human life. In Christian life, you also need to talk and listen to God. He is there for you. You will go through situations and you just read His Word. There's answers in His words that was written thousands of years ago, but it's still so applicable today. Read it and listen to Him, what He's saying to you, and just believe it and have faith in Him. And also listen to your youth leaders and people like that. They are people you can trust. Just listen to what they're saying. As far as listening to advice when I was younger or learning. I wish in school I would have tried harder. If you try harder, well, for myself, if I tried harder in school, I believe life would have been easier later on. So I was lazy in school. I took the lazy option. I didn't try for exams and stuff like that there. So my options were limited. So if I'd known how much that impacts my life, obviously my parents told me that, but I didn't really realise that they knew what I was talking about. I thought, what do they know? So for me, yes, work hard at school. I should have worked harder at school and made life a bit easier for me later. So,
top piece of advice. Well, I know for this, but I wish just to say, you know, to try, you know, young people really they realise it is about the relationship, the Christian life, that they would, you know, that they would be able to grasp that the Christian life is about a relationship, that personal relationship, and there, you know, and so it's not about their performance or how, you know, they see themselves, and I suppose like mental health issues is so right among our young people this time. So and that yeah, that they would just, that are young people, that we as God's vessels could try and demonstrate, and then with the help of the Holy Spirit, enlighten our young people how valued and how loved they are by God. And if they could grasp that at a young age, it would make, well, it would turn their life upside down, you know, and it would give them meaning, value, and not just, and especially now when there's so much peer pressure and this striving to be perfect in every aspect, you know, through social media, and what is a true friend, and that they're, the relationship with God, and that they're, you know, that they would understand that better, because everything else feels insignificance. There. So yes, to me that would be the top. And for myself, what I wish I had known as a teenager, as again nearly the same, that I wish the penny had collected it's sooner for me, that it is about the relationship, and it is the abundant life, and the joy and the blessings, and just you can't even put it into words, rather than me for all them years that I really strove and lived under really an awful cloud and an awful weight and an awful burden. So I wish I had that revelation in that area. And just even for ourselves, if they ever felt that, you know, that the door, wherever the door's ever opened to them, if they ever wanted to speak, and that they're, although we are old, and that they're, you know, if they just felt that they needed somebody, and that they're to share anything with, and that they're, we're here for them, and we love them, and we are praying for them. And I just pray that they would know how precious they are in God's sight.